What's going on, everybody? Back at it with another video reacting to ODD. This one gonna be real interesting. I promise y'all gonna like it. Smash the like button, subscribe. Appreciate y'all. I don't care if it's 1 of y'all, 5 of y'all, or 10 of y'all. Appreciate you for tuning in. Let's get it.
It's the same old story of the rich guys creating something that'll be good for them and not so good for all of us. In 1910, Senator Nelson Holdridge summoned New York's most powerful bankers to an island off the coast of Georgia.
Them damn bankers.
Negotiate plans for an American
always
central
them
bank.
damn bankers.
Traveling under false names in a private railroad car, the great secrecy of this expedition, conspiracy theories for decades to come.
The Federal Reserve is not actually a lending operation. It's a fiat printing press. It is an illegal monopoly on the power to counterfeit fiat paper as US dollars. It is an unconstitutional and therefore illegal monopoly on the power to counterfeit money into existence. A power that has of course been unconstitutionally granted to the bank's owners by the traitors in Congress. The reason this is all true is because the bank does not possess the money that it lends, but simply counterfeits it out of thin air. Tell me, how do you lend to others that which you do not actually possess yourself to lend?
The Federal Reserve has the power to create money. If you or I run the printing press in our basement, we're counterfeiters. When the Federal Reserve runs the printing press, the electronic printing press, it's monetary policy.
Here's the thing about the Federal Reserve. It's not federal, and there is no reserve. Every dollar in existence is owed to someone else, and not only that, but all the money in circulation is owed back to the Fed with interest.
The biggest scam in history, how they was able to trick the people into thinking that the Federal Reserve is a part of the federal government. That's crazy. How many people y'all think really know that, like, for real? All they gotta do is put the name federal in front of that bitch. Everybody gonna think they part of the government. That's crazy.
To pay the interest doesn't exist. It's never been created. This means that the Federal Reserve System is not only designed to keep us down, but also to keep us going down. The value of the dollar has been declining since the establishment of this fraudulent monetary system in 1913.
By 1971, it was clear the dollar could no longer be exchanged into gold. Finally, President Nixon, in front of a television camera, bumping, I think, Gunsmoke off the air. It was
Bonanza will be shown after a special report from NBC News.
I have directed the Secretary of the Treasury to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold or other reserves.
It's crazy how he said temporarily, but they still ain't go back to the gold standard. Like, it's just common sense. When the money is backed by a natural resource, you always gonna have value in it. Reason why, nigga, you go anywhere nowadays and can't get nothing, gas, nothing. We need the gold standard back. Nigga lied when he said temporarily.
Backed only by faith in the Federal Reserve and its policies. Over the next decade, the cost of living more than doubled.
Hey, we feeling that.
Half its value.
My pocket's feeling that.
So, what's going on here? Why does the Constitution clearly state that our money shall be coined, yet we are using government-issued, supposedly official paper dollar bills? And we can't even redeem these for silver any longer. And why does Thomas Jefferson, the very man who drafted the Declaration of Independence and co-authored the U.S. Constitution, warn us about banks and corporations? Something is off here.
The notion of a central bank does not fit into the Constitution. The Congress has the authority to coin money.
Who that, Ron Paul?
So there should be legal tender. And this is an absolute contradiction of the Constitution, have a Federal Reserve System and a central bank.
Facts.
Do you feel that our paper currency should still be backed by gold or silver?
I'm not really sure what you mean. Like change the color of our money or something?
He said, I don't even know that, bro. And that's the key to their power, is the ignorance of the people, man. We gotta wake up. We gotta know this.
I don't quite understand
the Federal Reserve System, to most people, seems like it is a agency of the federal government. That's what I thought it was when I first started to research this topic. But it turns out that it's nothing of the kind. The Federal Reserve is a hybrid organization. It's a partnership between the federal government and the private banks. When you look at it deeper than that, its essence is neither as a government agency or a private company. In reality, it is a cartel. In other words, it's no different in essence than a banana cartel or a sugar cartel or an oil cartel. It's a grouping of the large private corporations in the field, banking, who have come together to create agreement between themselves to limit competition, to preserve their profits, and to make sure that no newcomers come in and take away their position. That's what cartels are always designed to do. And it's a shocking thing to realize that something as prestigious as the Federal Reserve System, at its core, is nothing more or less than a banking cartel with exactly those same objectives.
We have a statute that doesn't square with the Constitution. It's void. It is not a law, in fact. So now the question then arises, well, how does that square with the oath of office of representatives, senators, judges? And the answer is it doesn't. That when they come face to face with a statute that is contradiction of the Constitution, they are to treat the Constitution as the supreme law and treat that statute as void. So that's number one. Here we have a system, the Federal Reserve System, that has all of these constitutional problems, and everyone is essentially looking in the opposite direction. So that doesn't square with the oath of office. And one would think that the president, being the head of the executive department, in which we find the Treasury, Department of Treasury, which interacts quite closely with the Federal Reserve, might have something direct to say about that. And then, of course, the president has a specific constitutional duty to take care that the laws be faithfully executed, and the supreme law of the land is the Constitution. So you would expect, on top of all of this, that he would be saying, wait a minute, if the Constitution doesn't square with the Federal Reserve Act in one or more ways, then I should be giving directives to the Secretary of the Treasury to take certain kinds of action to deal with that. And, of course, we see exactly the opposite.
Whew. Hey, they preaching right now. You got to appreciate when they're able to just tell it how it is. These are the only type of old white folks that I like. Just playing. I love y'all white folks. I do. This little race-based humor. But gotta appreciate this knowledge, boy. If y'all just wake up to this, it could just change your whole perception of like the way the world works. You really start to see things for the way they are. Everything just starts to make sense. So them damn bankers, bro. At the end of the day, man, it's them damn bankers. So who is them bankers? You know what I mean? Ask yourself that question. He said that man wanted to make a new currency. See, we gotta validate this. Further, it was issued then interest-free. That man was trying to start a new currency that was interest-free. They said, hell no, nigga. Cap.
I don't think it's good policy for the president or a president-elect to second-guess the Fed.
Bitch ass nigga. Shoulda did something, man. A whole ass.
Inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings.
What should be the proper relationship between each?
Who do you think them folks was talking about, boy? Y'all gotta see through them lines when they talking all cryptic like that. It's very easy to tell, man. Problem is, y'all don't want to believe it. Y'all don't want y'all paradigm to be messed with. I understand, but y'all gotta understand reality is crazier than fiction out here in this bitch. Y'all gotta realize that this shit really going on, man. There's more to it than just the physical world. Y'all gotta realize they're really playing with them demons for real. Y'all don't recognize, I don't know what to tell you. I'm trying to help y'all out.
In the States.
What the relationships are.
Oh, you can already tell he one of them.
The Federal Reserve is an independent agency, and that means basically that there is no other agency of government which can overrule actions that we take.
Today's paper currency,
that man said we above the law.
Gold and silver coinage stipulated by the founders is essentially created out of thin air.
Most people are alarmed when they hear about the fact that the Fed can create money out of nothing and charge interest on it, so they don't have the money to repay the loan. So what do? Easy, borrow some more. So this process goes on and on and on, and that's why we have the national debt. We pay more.
Hey nigga, couldn't a 5-year-old figure this shit out? If you loaning something you don't have, pay it back, you gonna need to take out another loan. You gonna need more of that shit back. This shit's simple, man. Come on. That's how they fucking up the country. That's too many damn numbers for me up there, for real.
For a bag of groceries today than we did 5 years ago.
That shit going up.
Comes out of our pocket, comes out of our earning capacity. That is value which we should have, but it's been taken from us through a process that we call inflation, but in reality, it's a hidden tax. Inflation is the result of being able to create money out of nothing, and that is the power we have given to the Federal Reserve System.
Looking at this chart, it doesn't take a genius to see where we are headed. And when this system crashes and burns, from the ashes will emerge the New World Order. This has been the plan all along. Set up a system, get us to be dependent on it, then by the time it inevitably fails, they will present the solution, the final solution. Novus Ordo Seclorum, the new order for the ages.
It's crazy how that's on the
Where
dollar
this
bill.
graph is headed is for total
Right there in front of
destruction of our monetary system. Our money will be totally worthless, and it'll probably be reissued in the form of some international currency, which will be equally worthless. But the value to these people is that once it's on an international basis, there's nowhere else to go. Right now, if you don't like American dollars, you can buy Japanese yen. If you don't like that, you can buy Swiss francs. If you don't like that, you can move to whatever currency seems to be having a little better track record. Once there's an international monetary system in place, modeled completely and exactly after the Federal Reserve System, is exactly the same, then there's no place else to go, folks.
The New World Order is exactly what it says. A single order for the entire world to live under. One authority to answer to. A one-world police force, a unified world military, and one kind of currency for everyone. They make it sound good. Peace, justice, unity, community improvement. What's not to like? Well, they don't tell you the rest of the story. They fail to mention the part about a worldwide conspiracy being orchestrated by an extremely powerful and influential group of genetically related individuals, at least at the highest echelons, which include many of the world's wealthiest people, top political leaders, powerful Jews, and corporate elite, as well as members of secret societies, including...
I thought we wasn't supposed to say the word, but he said the word, y'all. That wasn't me. That was him. Hey, man. He going crazy with the video.
Black nobility of Europe, dominated by the British Crown, whose goal is to create a one-world government, stripped of nationalistic and regional boundaries, that is obedient to their agenda. Their intention is to obtain complete and total control over every human being on Earth and to dramatically reduce the world's population while regulating and managing reproduction thereafter.
Folks, there is a new world order that's being created.
Out of these troubled times, our fifth objective, a new world order, can emerge.
They telling you.
For us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations.
Yeah, that nigga dead.
When we are successful.
Yeah, rotten piss, motherfucker. Move past your bitch ass. Yeah, this nigga really wanted a new world order. Yeah, bitch ass nigga.
Worthy of our children's future. A world in which there is a very real prospect of a new world order. And that's why I wanted to speak to you today about the new world taking shape around us. About the prospects for a new world order.
Me, that immediately invalidates conspiracy theory allegations. You got George Bush, you got all these political officials. It's an actual term that's used that they're actually pushing for. This is a real agenda, y'all. Wake up, all right? Niggas ain't just, wake up and decide to believe in this shit and decide to become conspiracy theorists all of a sudden. Shit real. You been talking about this since the 70s and the 80s, man. Former director of the CIA, like the Big Bush. Y'all talking about him? Y'all don't think he in them circles? Come on, man.
now within our reach. I'll be talking in some detail about the possibility of a new world order, the quest for the new world order. New world order. The new world order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities. The President George Bush has talked time and time again about the new world order.
So this phrase that I often use myself, that we needed a new world order.
A new world order, the defining moment in history. New world order, new world order, new world order. Was that a new world order? True new world order. Build a new world order, new world order.
I've told you before.
Oh, this old ass bitch.
So much. They also created the Great Seal of the United States. And that Great Seal of the United States has
Oh, she locked in.
Novus Order Seclorum, a new order for the centuries, for the ages, forever.
Oh, she locked in. And she's still in this thing. She's still doing her thing. Miss Pelosi, old ass, wrinkly, bitch ass Pelosi. Oh yeah, she in that thing. And Joe don't even look the same. They clone that nigga.
The task we have now is
double chin, old ass.
Create a new world order.
Creating the kind of world order that
Hey, yo, man, Obama.
What it really is putting the American economy under international regulation.
Yeah.
And those people who have been yelling, oh, the UN's going to take over global
Conspiracy theorists.
They've been crazy, but now they're right.
Those conspiracy people had said and
Hey,
suggested that.
y'all can call me crazy all you want.
Regulation of the financial institutions, which is going to happen under the IMF control.
Now I risk.
Y'all call me crazy, but I ain't dumb, if that makes sense. Y'all
Sounding
bitch
like a conspiracy theorist, but it's no longer a theory. What I'm about to say is fact. The secret organizations of the world power elite are no longer secret. They have planned and are now leading us into a one-world communist government. The combining of national governments started with the European Union. That union started with trade agreements, then a common currency, the euro, and now a European Parliament that is feverishly passing laws that
Preach, go in on them folks.
of the member nations. A constitution was drafted but rejected by a few of those nations, but never mind. They implemented it anyway. Now it's North America's turn.
You can tell he looks scared.
Building on the North American Free Trade Agreement, the NAFTA section of the Commerce Department is busy drafting laws and regulations for a North American Union, a union of Canada, America, and Mexico. The President has attended secret meetings and signed at least 2 agreements under the Security and Prosperity Partnership Program.
Today we must develop federal structures on a global level to deal with world problems. We need a system of enforceable world law, a democratic federal world government.
On the outskirts of the national capital today, black limousines with darkened windows converged on a hotel where private security guards imposed ironclad control. The limos carried royalty, political power brokers, and industrial titans to a secret meeting that will last all weekend. It's known as the Bilderberg Group.
Oh yeah, y'all gotta look that up.
The world domination.
Them old ass rich
It's
folks.
impossible not to reach the conclusion that the non-reporting of these events is anything other than a conspiracy between the organisers and the media. It merely confirms the belief of many that the hidden agenda and purpose of the Bilderberg Group is to bring about undemocratic world government. It's a disgrace that the European Commission is colluding in that.
CFR members include America's wealthiest tycoons, as well as the highly placed elite in government, academic institutions, tax-exempt foundations, and the establishment media. Ruling Class Journalists, written by Richard Harwood, describes the CFR membership as the ruling establishment in the United States. The Washington Post article boasted that news reporters who are CFR members do not merely analyze and interpret foreign policy for the United States, they help make it. Who are these policymakers? Many of their faces.
What do y'all really think, bro? Like, do y'all really think president, somebody like Joe Biden, is more or less powerful than the president of NBC or whatever the parent company owns them, right? Like, you talking about the owners of the media, The owners of all these big corporations that we consume and take in their products every day, that's them folks who colluding and meeting, you know what I'm saying? Like, doing a thing and really plotting for the future of this country and our future, man. I'm gonna have to go to another planet to avoid these niggas, for real. Looking like there really ain't no way out, cause folks really not trying to wake up to this shit. Your life ain't finna be the same once you realize this.
NBC's Tom Brokaw,
true.
CBS's Dan Rather, ABC's Barbara Walters, Jim Lehrer of PBS, William F. Buckley of National Review, media mogul Rupert Murdoch, owner of the giant multifaceted News Corporation.
Everybody know him.
These media heavyweights, and many others like them, are members of the CFR. Powerful corporations are also invited to become members. At the close of the 20th century, CFR influence presided over far-reaching consolidations of media control. In 1995, CFR members Michael Eisner of Disney and ABC's Thomas Murphy merged their media empires. Soon after the merger, the Disney-ABC empire becomes a CFR corporate member. In the year 2000, the world's largest internet service provider, America Online, joins forces with Time Warner, one of the world's largest news organizations. The CEOs favoring the move are CNN's Thomas Johnson and Time Warner's Gerald Levin, both CFR members. Once again, another media giant is created under the shadow of CFR influence. Today, an elite handful of individuals define the agendas that are supported by the empire of establishment news.
I'm gonna leave a link to ODD's channel in the description. I would encourage y'all, if y'all check out his channel. Bro got a lot of good content. A lot of this stuff you see me reacting to, a lot of this stuff, really the content that he shares. So would encourage y'all to check out his channel. I'll upload the next part 2 to this video next couple of days. Appreciate y'all. Peace.